What's that smell? What's that smell? Oh, geez, it smells like bad news. Oh, geez.
You'll be older one day.
But when we were touching hands and something warm and sticky came out, I was like, what the hell is that? 93 beats per minute, really? That's quite high. And he embodies all those young people that went through World War One, those young men, the World War One, World War Twos, where they were forced to go through and they were just conscripted and they had to go and do all that stuff. And they're brave, you know? You're my bro. You're my friend. I will die for you. Whoa! This was such a good first episode. Woo! Summer has finally become an inseparable part of my life. And weirdly, that is so simple compared to what I was expecting in terms of like a paragraph of... I mean, it's quite a complicated myth, right? So it's starting a bit small. Okay. Very near vibes again. Oh, geez. Okay, so what do we know? Post-apocalyptic world. I mean, I thought it was in the past when I saw the trailer because, I don't know, I was just going off the Adam and Eve. I was thinking of, like, in Final Fantasy XIV, like the Allegan Empire, like very sort of advanced historical sort of race or species. Yeah, see you, Jelly. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. But we're going to go through all of this right now. Whoa, the music just slapped all of a sudden. Okay. Okay. Immortality once brought lasting prosperity to Philos, and yet even it couldn't prevent the stagnation born from unchecked desires when time ceased to be a limitation. The Philos civilization was unable to escape its inevitable decay. Immortality once brought lasting prosperity to Philos, and yet even it couldn't prevent... See, this is in the past then, right? This is definitely in the past. With the exception of the capital and its surrounding regions which still clung to their luxurious lifestyles, most of the land had fallen into ruin. Remnants of advanced technology lay scattered across the planet, but a majority no longer worked, or they were simply forgotten. Philosians longed for their former glory, but they had to accept the bitter reality of societal and technological decline. The ruling elite in the central district maintained their authority via strict surveillance, but beyond that illusion of grandeur lay something far worse. The more you travelled across the planet, the more you saw an empire in decline and the signs of an unavoidable demise. Strife raged tirelessly across the land, and the regime could only cling to life by relying on devastating weapons. Among the rebel leaders, a piece of intel circulated between them. The secret weapon that had crushed countless uprisings was a modified combat android designated as A01. From the Fall of Philosian Civilization preface. Is that a reference to A1? A9? Like that code?
We have lost control of X-02, requesting emergency response protocols to be activated immediately.
There you are. Can you hear me? I'll wake you up. We're going to get out of here.
Is that Caleb? Damn, he's got a high-ass voice. This is like when you were younger, right? Real-time data of my vital signs flicker across the transparent glass of the experimental pod. A boy who's approximately my age and wearing a powered exoskeleton just like me touches my cheek against the barrier.
We finally meet, A01.
Wow, he looks older than his voice.
I'm X02.
Ah.
There's been a security breach, and the laboratory's control system was hacked. We can only run away while they're trying to fix it.
The stranger opens the experimental pod and extends his hand towards me.
Let's run away, A01.
I am A01. A secret weapon created by the government. My body was modified and encased in a powered exoskeleton, and my consciousness can be controlled as needed. Thank you, I'll change it next time. So why would someone reach out to me? Without thinking, I take his hand, pull out the tubes connected to my body, and step out of the experimental pod. The boy leads me through labyrinthian corridors, and we dodge patrol robots at every turn. We break through several disabled barriers, and I leave the lab fully conscious of the first time. Ofen laboratory is entirely underground. The boy leads me through a hidden passageway and remains silent. Maybe it's to avoid being detected. Only the sound of our footsteps fills the dark, empty tunnel. Wow. Looks like the place where Stonehenge is. At the end of the passageway lies a vast expanse of wild grass. The sky floats between night and day, and in the gloomy darkness the wasteland stretches endlessly before us. There's no telling how long it will take to traverse.
I'm sorry. I didn't expect the tunnel to lead us here.
The temperature outside is significantly warmer than the labs. My body registers the heat.
Is it too hot for you? It's currently summer. The laboratory always felt the same. But it's different outside. The sweltering heat, the sweat, and the thriving trees. This is the summer I know.
The endless summer, you know, my boy. The long grass grazes my calves as the warm night breeze sweeps across the field. The vivid sensation is foreign to me. We keep moving, and despite knowing we could be caught at any moment, I feel strangely at ease.
Everything outside the
bitches.
laboratory is new.
Oh, I can't see that. I'll thank you after this chapter.
I'll take you to any place you want to visit. I guess you've only ever been sent to battlefields. You must hate areas like that.
Walking beside me, the boy seems lost in thought.
I've been sent to one of those battlefields too. It was a desert, and the war lasted a month. Some soldiers would search for fresh fruit during their breaks. There's this fruit that comes from a tree called Silverglow, and it glows with a silvery white light. Even its seed shines.
His fingers, encased in his powered exoskeleton, gently rests on my palm while he speaks. Cold black metal traces my palm and leaves behind a seed that emanates a soft silvery white glow.
I kept one as a keepsake.
I pick up the tiny seed and observe its soft light flicker through its patterns. Taste? Surprised, he lowers his head to look at me.
Do you want to know how it tastes? If you want to try it, we'll find those Silverglow fruits. Now you have a place you want to visit.
I pause and turn to look at him, but his holographic visor hides his expression. Why do you want me to have a place I want to visit?
Because then I'll have somewhere I want to go too.
I don't understand.
It's because I'm your friend.
His voice is clear and certain.
My job is to take you to the places you want to visit.
Interesting. Why is he so tied to us right now? Like, we've only just met him. As if reflecting the brightness in his voice, a golden retriever. Ray of sunlight ignites the pale colored horizon. A tender golden red glow spreads from the edge of the sky, and it becomes more vibrant with each passing moment. Sunlight pierces the morning mist and illuminates the dewdrops on the grass. A dawn unlike what I've seen before arrives. I can't help but stop and look up at the sky. Summer. Daybreak.
Is this the first time you've seen it?
I don't remember. They erased my memories once I returned to the lab. My gaze returns to his face.
Once we're out of this wasteland, it'll be more difficult for them to find us. And the system can only erase memories it knows about. What we see now is ours alone. A secret between us.
After thinking for a moment, I point at him. Calming. Encouraging. Right. Caleb. Secret. He seems to immediately understand what I'm trying to say.
Is that a code? It sounds like a name.
XO2. Caleb. He leans down and gently pats my head with his armored hand.
Can I use it as my name?
Caleb. His voice is lively and gentle.
Of course. I won't let you forget. From now on, we can experience this together every year. And Caleb will be someone you see every day.
He extends his pinky finger towards me. Perplexed, I look at him.
Hold out your finger, like this.
I hesitate for a moment, and then I raise my right hand and extend my pinky. Our armored pinky fingers hook together.
Now we've made a promise. We'll stay together every day and never be apart.
Test subjects have been located. Activating capture protocols. Use any means necessary.
Our promise barely began before it was broken in the cruelest way possible. I can hardly recall how I was captured. Mind as a blur of laser, fire, and soldiers collapsing under my floating blades. The place where I had first tasted freedom turned into that familiar battlefield in an instant. The boy protects me from a lethal laser blast. He falls in front of me.
Get out of here! Run!
Huh? I stab my floating blades into the soldiers and ignore the wounds I continue to get. My vision blurs, and through the haze I see his body, dragged away by robots. Hey, Caleb. A dull thud resounds as a laser pierces my powered exoskeleton, and I fall onto the blood-soaked grass, and the sky turns into a blinding blood red. Amid the sea of blood, a faint silver light flickers before my eyes. The silver glow. Rude. I don't know when the glimmering seed fell, but it now rests beside my right hand, and with the last of my strength, I struggle to wrap my fingers around it. This is the last image I remember before losing consciousness.
2 test subjects have been apprehended, commencing full examination followed by solitary confinement.
I was going to say,
Commencing comprehensive examination of the test subject.
what an opening. That loathsome, familiar voice invades my ears, but my mind remains foggy.
A01. Energy signature. Destructio. Preliminary assessment complete. Bodily impairment at 91%. X02. Energy signature. Construo. Preliminary assessment complete. Bodily impairment at 78%. Prioritizing the extraction of its energy for A01's repairs is recommended.
They're using Caleb's life force. They're taking Caleb's life force to repair Mwah, even though I'm at 91%. And he's only at 78, so he's going to lose 9% of his health. So he's actually going to hit 69. Nice, by the way. 69% health.
Activating memory extraction protocol for A01. Keywords are as follows. X02. Friend.
My subconscious is plunged into chaos as a boy's face keeps appearing in my mind. The scent of wild grass in summer and how plants touched my skin. The silver fruit seeds the sunrise. Our hooked pinkies. And the promises we made. A day breaking unlike any other. One that will never fade from my memory. XO2. Caleb.
Memory extraction complete. We will now proceed to modify and repair A01.
This is messed up, and they're only kids or young teenagers. This is messed up. This is so messed up. I used that one day to remember someone who didn't have a name. My memories are once again consumed by the lab and battlefields, and my body undergoes more modifications. Stricter control mechanisms are imposed on my body and mind, and I'm sent out to fight. I kill. I get wounded, I black out, I wake up, repaired. Then I'm out to fight, kill, get wounded, black out, and get repaired. And I'm sent out to fight. I kill, get wounded, black out, and wake up fully repaired. Then I'm sent out to kill, fight. I never get another chance to escape from the lab. But deep within my consciousness, I repeat that one name over and over again. Caleb. Whoa! This was such a good first episode. Woo! That is peak storytelling. What was that? That was so good. She. That was awesome. I didn't expect that. I thought it would be like a slow sort of like, you know. This is Caleb. This is MC. Robot dance. You know, robot dance. You know, that's all I thought it was going to be. And then it'll go to chapter 2, you know, and then that's when the battlefield and all that. But it's like all of that was compressed into one. And you know now that years and years and years have gone by, and Caleb's body, his life force, is continually being used to repair AO1, aka MC. It's crazy. So he's probably at this point at like critical 1% health or something. And it's gonna be this is gonna be sad. No. It's gonna be sad. I don't want it to be sad. Oh man. It's gonna be sad, isn't it? Decoherence. Let's go. It's so juicy. Wow, there's a lot of text on the screen. Experiment ID AX42B. Date Philos calendar year of blank 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 blank. Recorded by OFUN 17798. Objectives. Determine the nature and an interrelation of AO1's and XO2's power. Observe their behaviors and responses under various environments and stimuli. Assess the planetary impact of their powers. The Bureau Report of 8341. I need that. 10 years later. 10 years later? Wow. As usual, I'm confined to the experimental pod. My mind is hazy, but I can still see and hear. I just returned from the battlefield. Fragments of violent images still flash between my thoughts. I try to find my one solace amid my chaotic memories. And whenever I think of the name, Caleb, I get a moment's respite in this endless loop. However, the memories tied to that name are shrouded in fog. The silence in the laboratory is shattered. Violent tremors bring the seemingly sturdy walls crashing down. The transparent wall of my chamber breaks, and in the dust, countless fragments reflect a single figure. Holy shit, your chest. Whoa. Hello, boy. A tall figure wearing a powered exoskeleton approaches. A mix of familiarity and strangeness grips me upon seeing that big black armor. He reaches out and touches my cheek. Ooh. Against the transparent barrier of the experimental pod.
Do you recognize me, A01?
Sorry, could you say that again? There was a giant explosion
I'll
just
wake you
now.
up.
I feel his fingers touch the crystal switch at my throat. He taps a few times on the holographic panel that appears. It's as if a fog is lifted. My senses return to my body. My lips tremble as I look at the man before me. And I search through my memories, but only one name surfaces. Caleb?
That's me. The rebels have attacked the Central District. They're looking for you, A01. The lab's systems have been destroyed. We can use this chance to escape.
This is deja vu. I don't know who you are. I only know your name.
I'm Caleb, your friend.
Friend?
All you need to know is that this isn't our first time escaping.
There's a strange familiarity in his voice, which stirs my fragmented memories. I remember escaping with Caleb before. I can't stop looking at his chest. Do you know is it the crab pincers that's pushing against those giant badonga-dongas? It's distracting. It's very distracting. He's taken aback, then he extends his hand towards me. Dude, Caleb, you're too hot, bro. I gotta roleplay like a robot.
This will be our last escape.
This will be our last escape, huh?
The test subject has escaped, requesting interception immediately.
The laboratory collapses under heavy bombardment, but the robots continue their relentless pursuit. We end up fighting our way out. Caleb leads me to a hidden underground warehouse where, to my surprise, an aircraft awaits. He skillfully pilots it and takes us into the clouds despite intensifying gunfire. Until he calls me Pipsqueak and I jump out. Who said that? I didn't say that. Whoa. The aircraft slices through the sky and the massive laboratory is already out of sight. Does this mean we've escaped?
Not yet.
Warning. Multiple aircraft detected.
Alice Montero,
Estimated
Caleb is
hostile
super
forces
hot.
Exceed 200 units. Immediate action
Super hot.
required.
It looks like the government is more interested in capturing you.
Do you know what I said in my trailer video? I was like, I'm not feeding that headwear, but now I'm like, hello, headband on the eyes. You know, I'm kind of feeling it now.
You than fighting the rebels.
Like a hot cyclops. They want me as a weapon.
They won't last long without you. But the rebels won't let you go either.
Are you scared?
This is our last escape. We either succeed or die. Being captured isn't an option.
Outside the windshield are swarms of aircraft piercing the thick clouds. I stand and walk towards the cabin door. They'll try to shoot us down. Protect the aircraft.
You're the one I need to protect.
Before I can react, he's already beside me.
This is our escape. I won't let you fight alone.
Caleb opens the cabin door. A dark, gloomy force spreads from his palm and suspends our aircraft in midair. You're evil.
I'll help you.
I nod and leap out of the cabin. Held aloft by an invisible force, I summon my floating blades. The giant black swords swiftly strike the approaching aircraft, one after another. Thick smoke engulfs our vision as enemy craft burn and explode, like a firework display celebrating our escape. Endless lasers weave a net of destruction, and it's impossible to avoid. Both Caleb and I are struck. Used to the pain, we have no other choice this time. Yeah. The last thing, the aircraft is sliced in half and it plummets to the ground. I look down at the burning wreckage far below. An exhaustion I've never felt before hits me. The injury-induced dizziness returns and I fall backwards. Yeah, I don't plummet from the sky. A pair of hands catches me from behind and my body relaxes. I can trust this person. I'm freaking loving this, by the way, guys.
Emergency protocol has been deactivated.
Can you guys tell? I'm
Switching to
so locked
autopilot
in.
mode.
My mind is still a blur, and I groggily open my eyes to see him.
We're leaving the Central District. They shouldn't be able to catch up to us for now.
Resting on the floor of the cockpit, I watch as he kneels before me and examines my injuries.
Your mechanical body is severely damaged. I'll do my best to repair it.
No, he's just like 9S.
I suspect this is your
He gently lifts my hand and turns my palm upward. His other hand aligns perfectly.
first time being repaired while conscious. You might feel some strange sensations, but that's normal.
Our connected mechanical parts seamlessly shift and form a transfer port that locks our palms together. I'm not sure if I imagined it or not, but I feel a cold energy tinged with pain flow into me. I try to pull back my hand, but Caleb gently squeezes it, and our fingers intertwine.
Just a few more seconds.
A sharper pain crashes into me, and I feel as if every wound is set aflame. My body burns and my mind teeters on the edge of chaos. It hurts, Caleb. It hurts so much. He stiffens for a moment, and then he carefully removes his other arm to pat my trembling back.
It'll be okay. I was always the one to repair you when you returned from battle.
I instinctively hug him with my free arm, and I rest my hand on his shoulder as if this gesture could somehow ease the pain. Don't leave me.
I won't. I will never leave you again.
The burning pain inside me gradually subsides, and the energy flowing through me changes from freezing cold to warm. It's like I'm returning to a place that feels like home. I slowly close my eyes and feel an unprecedented sense of peace in my heart. And deep down, I believe that when I open my eyes again, I just won't be alone anymore. But MC, can you please stop using his life force to heal you? You gotta be more careful. Come on. No one's healing him. Like, come on. Caleb gently places the girl the girl? The lady, you mean? Caleb gently places the lady in the co-pilot seat as a desolate landscape appears outside the porthole. And even though the aircraft has left the central district, he doesn't feel relieved. His energy is fading. He could repair her damaged body before, but now he can't even restore her to a stable state despite using all his strength. Their powers are bound to the same source, so as one grows stronger, the other becomes weaker. His decline can only mean one thing. The Destructio energy is getting stronger, coinciding with the escalating strife that continues to engulf this planet. And when this energy grows unchecked, the first thing it destroys is the vessel containing it. I can tell where this is going. And I don't like it. This is some black box, like, near, you know, I'm dying and I'm gonna explode. I'll be with you. Stay with me. Oh, man. Okay, this is where I did. Fair enough. I am enjoying this, though. Very much so. Experiment ID A01UW175. Date Philos calendar year of blah. Recorded by Ophan17799. Objectives. Use visual and auditory stimuli to make AO1 intermittently aware of XO2's existence and observe her reactions. Number 2. Analyze AO1's emotional state and energy fluctuations to assess the fundamental attraction between the two. 3. Evaluate the stability of AO1's autonomous consciousness and behavioral patterns after becoming aware of XO2. Bureau Report number 8527. I don't know how long I've slept, and when I open my eyes, I find myself in a small rocky cave. A small campfire burns at the cave's entrance, and a familiar figure is looking into the dancing flames. Venerin Flowers, I believe that's a new name I haven't seen. I slowly step outside to see a vast desert. Caleb hears me and quickly turns around. His holographic visor is gone, and I can't help but stare at his gorgeous face.
What's wrong? Do you feel unwell?
I've never seen your eyes before.
Do they look weird?
I walk up to him, cup his face, and look into his eyes. I don't blink. You look so sweet. Your eyes, they remind me of a scene.
What kind?
An image surfaces in my mind. A sky floats between night and day from many years ago. The summer sky, just before sunrise.
That's something we saw 10 years ago. How much do you remember?
I shake my head. Only bits and pieces. And your name. He falls silent, and then he pats the spot next to him.
Are you hungry? Let's eat something.
He gives me a fruit. Its red spines were burned off. It's not a nutrient nugget? His expression becomes one of utter disgust.
We're no longer in the lab, so we're never eating those things again. These are red thorn grass fruits. They're rich in protein and nutrients.
Protein? Dude! I could use some of that protein. Take the warm fruit and bite into that. Slightly charred and crispy. It's salty. Just how I like it. He closely watches my reaction.
Do you like it?
Mm-hmm. Not bad.
Here, try this.
He speaks in a more cheerful tone as he gives me a berry with blue and white stripes.
It's a blue stripe berry. Perfect for quenching your thirst.
I pop it into my mouth, and sweet juice encases my tongue. And for a long time, my taste buds only knew the artificial flavors of nutrient nuggets. But thanks to this single berry, the world beyond the lab has revealed itself to me. It's sweet. So this is what sweetness tastes like?
You like it, right? I'll remember that for later.
You seem to be knowledgeable about these fruits.
I was deployed in a desert once. The environment and vegetation were a lot like this.
A sense of familiarity washes over me, and I reach into my pocket and pull out a silver fruit seed I've kept. She's got a pocket? Have you seen what she's wearing? Have you seen what she's wearing? And she's got a pocket. Where is the pocket? What pocket? Where? Look at his outfit. Where? What pocket? What pocket, MC? I'm watching closely. What about this? Do you recognize it? Surprise flashes across Caleb's face and his eyes light up like they've caught the fire's glow.
You kept it this whole time. It's a seed from the silver glow fruit. The fruit itself looks like this.
And before I know it, a fruit emitting a soft silvery white glow appears in his palm.
Do you want to know what it tastes like?
I nod and bite into the fruit. Sweet and sour flavors blend on my tongue. There's also a hint of bitterness. The taste is hard to describe in one word, but I don't hate it.
At long last, I brought you to a place where silver glow fruit grows.
Seeing my confusion, he responds with a relieved smile. Did we make a promise before?
Yes, this was part of it.
Do promises made many years ago still need to be kept?
They must.
His voice is gentle, yet firm, and the moonlight watching over the wasteland casts a soft glow on his face. An emotion wells up inside me. I want to remember the promise we once made. After we finish the fresh fruit, Caleb puts out the fire and moves the spare sleep pod from the aircraft to the cave. The inflatable sleep pod quickly takes shape and he starts to set up another one. I don't need it.
This sleep pod will help your body and mind rest properly.
It's too cramped. I don't like it. Nice to see you, Orphic Black Rose. I sit down and lean back against the rock wall near the cave's entrance.
Are you going to sleep like that all night?
Yes.
If you don't like the sleep pod, use it as a mattress inside the cave at least. Then you can stretch out.
The cave isn't any better. Caleb looks at the dark, cramped cave and seemingly comes to a realization. He moves closer to the entrance and sits down next to me. He positions himself as if he were my shield.
Right. You know, I also don't like being alone.
It's very windy near the entrance.
That's why this spot is mine.
Boom, bitches. Then my head and our gaze meets.
In the lab, we were actually separated by one wall, and it was a mirror in my room. I didn't realize it was one way until it got destroyed. You were in the room next to mine and could always see me, right?
I nod as I recall that transparent wall. It was like a stage built for an audience of one. Me. The sole actor on that stage was a prisoner. The boy in the other room. Confined to the experimental pod and unable to make a sound, I was forced to watch his loneliness and pain play out. Felt like an experiment.
Were you able to hear me?
All kinds of plants can grow in the desert. There are blue striped berries, red thorn grass, and the silver glow fruit you were curious about as a child. Would you like to go to an amusement park? I used the system to find the dreamiest one in all of Philos. This amusement park floats in the sky. Even the clouds are pink and purple. I want to take you there. It's like a paradise. You'll like it. I calmly repeat his past monologues, and he's slightly stunned. I heard everything he said in the lab, and I forgot I was role-playing a robot-T person that hasn't come out of her shell yet. Get back in there, Nath. I heard everything you said in the lab. But only now do I realize you were talking to me. The wasteland's moonlight is reflected in his eyes, and his expression seems more animated.
Then you must have heard what I said every night.
Good night, my one and only.
What about you?
I had no one to say those words to, so I never said them. He turns to look at me and his gaze becomes serious.
Have you given yourself a name?
I pause before looking at him. No one has ever called me by my name. King Guna.
Well, now you have someone who will.
Yes! Caleb, you are the best! You're the best! The best! Yes, he goes with it, you know? When you go for the meme, he freaking high fives you, chest bumps you. He goes for it. It's awesome. Well done. Good job. That was good. I mean, Natalie. He lowers his gaze and carefully repeats the name several times, and when he looks up again, his features soften.
From now on, we'll hear the words we want to hear.
Tekken King, Mari.
Good night.
Good night, Caleb. No, you ain't going anywhere, Shadowman. You're staying right here. I close my eyes and listen to his steady breathing nearby. And I unconsciously rest my head against his shoulder. I slept well that night. No sudden awakenings, no dreams. And that was awesome. I am so badly enjoying this myth. Their myths are getting way better. Oh my gosh, what was Raphael's like that I missed? So much. I need to thank people. Which are your favorites out of the 5? You're asking me to light a fire at the moment, Alice. But today it's Caleb Day. No, I actually, if we're going to have that conversation now, have a little bit of a, you know, a drink. I like Caleb. I think his story's really banging. I didn't like him at first because I was like, yo, he died. Stay dead. Just stay dead. You know, because otherwise the death is not meaningful, right? But I like him now. He's sick. Anyway, you guys ready for chapter 4? Because I am. Oh, I'm so excited. It's going too fast. You know it's a good myth when every single chapter is... I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Like, it's insane. You know, I like all the myths, but I've had my fair share of criticisms on like Beyond Cloudfall. It was good, but I feel like the first 4 chapters for me, I just didn't really understand it very well, or like I'm not sure how it was written, but I wasn't hooked. It kind of was like good, and it was talking about the curse, and then we started going shopping in like the shopping market. I just didn't really get the vibe, and then it got super hardcore like on the second part of the myth. This one is just fantastic. What great pacing. We're like wanted targets right now, and the interactions between the 2 characters is really cool. It's really cool. Anyway, experiment ID AO1XO2HY04. Velos calendar, year or whatever. Open 17802. Objectives. Create a simulation of the planetary threats that could arise from the energy infusion between AO1 and XO2. Or will energy fuse alright? And number 2, research and design preventive measures to stop the energy fusion between AO1 and XO2. To stop it? No, we fusing. We're like Power Rangers. We're gonna morph. Oh yeah. Their budget has definitely... They've put in the effort, haven't they? They've just put it in. Caleb doesn't remember most of the dreams he had in the laboratory, except for the one. It's a vivid dream that reoccurs frequently. Past an endless tunnel of space and time at the far ends of the universe. A blue planet orbits peacefully. The planet's inhabitants closely resemble the people of Philos, but everything there is full of life. It's in stark contrast to the declining Philos now. Isn't Xavier from Philos? So I've heard, because he's an alien, and I don't even know much about his myths. I'm pretty sure he is. The images in the dream are vivid. He seems to know how the people live there and how the scenery flows. Sorry, I know I said I wouldn't be disturbed, but I just saw the German folk have joined the chat, so it's like, Clubmitglieder. Woo! Clubmitglieder! Anyway, more importantly, the planet's energy always feels familiar and nostalgic to Caleb. It carries the unique aura of rebirth. Nabi's here too. Perhaps it's not a dream, but a distant memory. We fly our aircraft to get as far away from the central district as possible. But the aircraft was hit with heavy bombardment. It's constantly malfunctioning. Eventually, we're forced to take a risk. And we land... I need to check my mic. And we land on the outskirts of a ruined city to look for parts. As we enter the desolate streets, Weary and curious eyes follow us.
Lingshire was once as lively as the Central District, and now it's rare to see a new face.
Guys, is it just me, or does she sound like Talia? English Talia. My queen. Does she sound like Talia?
Lingshire was once as lively as the Central District, and now it's rare to see a new face.
I think it's Talia. A black market merchant greets us in an unremarkable corner of an old district. Despite her friendly tone, her sharp and scrutinizing gaze reveals her caution. Especially since we're still clad in combat armor.
So, where are you two planning to go with these parts?
Before I can respond, a small hand tugs at my finger.
Are you both robots?
I look down at the little boy and shake my head.
But you don't look like everyone else.
Yeah?
She's my friend. Have you ever seen robots that have friends?
The little boy shakes his head.
I've always been alone. Is having a friend any different from being alone?
It's different.
Caleb glances at me.
Having someone always be there for you, it feels different.
Oh, it feels different, alright, when I'm leaning on your big, juicy chest.
But my grandma is always there for me too.
You brat. Sorry about that. This is my grandson, Kolo. He hasn't seen many outsiders, so he's curious.
You're from outside? Which outside?
I hesitate, and I don't know the names of places on Felis aside from the Central District.
The edges of Deepspace.
The edges of... What's that?
It's the origin of all Philosians. Our ancestral homeland, basically.
I probably look just as bewildered as the little boy right now.
There aren't many deserts between the cities there. People enjoy traveling to see all kinds of landscapes.
His expression is honest, as if he's experienced it firsthand. Did he get this from the cognitive domain system?
Do they have these? My grandma worked really hard to get them for me.
The boy pulls out several white paper ornaments from under the table. They're neatly folded.
Paper is rare on Phylos, but on that
Phylos?
planet, it's an everyday necessity.
I've been saying it the wrong way, Caleb. I'm so sorry. Phylos, okay.
Almost every child there learns to fold simple objects.
His understated tone makes my mind wander.
What else? Tell me more.
Caleb casts a side glance in my direction, and then he crouches down to be at eye level with the boy.
I'll tell you, in exchange for getting some unfolded paper. How does that sound?
Don't you dare make a play and say pipsqueak. If he makes a plane and calls me pipsqueak, a paper airplane I mean, I'm jumping. When we left Lingshire, we took the aircraft parts and the precious white paper I'm holding right now. Back inside the aircraft, Caleb gets straight to work without even resting for a bit. Lying on his back under the control panel, he swaps out internal parts.
Regulator.
I hand it to him, but my gaze keeps drifting to the nearby paper.
Are you curious?
Have you visited the edges of Deepspace?
I'm not sure. I don't remember being there, but these images keep appearing in my mind. They feel like memories from a long time ago.
As he finishes the repairs and pushes himself up, I hold out my hand to him. That's not... Instant Guna mind right now. That's not his hand, sweetie. That's his crotch. You gotta stroke it too? He hesitates before letting out his cold, mechanical hand clasp mine, and I pull him up. I don't have memories like that. He carefully studies my face.
Is that envy I see?
I don't know. But you look happy when you talk about that place. Is it even happier than the dreamiest amusement park on Philos? Philos? Fi Fo Fum?
I've never been to either place. But that amusement park isn't far from here.
Yeah, you twist that hand. Caleb raises his hand and taps the air to bring up a holographic screen between us. And with his finger, he draws a simple sketch on the screen.
There's a hover train that weaves through the amusement park. It'll pass by the Ferris wheel, the roller coaster.
And the merry-go-round.
You remembered that.
I remember everything you've said, including the amusement park's coordinates that you kept repeating. It is 215795642533928. Wow! I am the script writer. I am the script writer. Okay? I knew that was coming. That's why I just started shouting out what numbers. I knew it. I'm locked in. I'm a robot. Don't touch the robot. The hand stops exactly where his fingers rest on the other side.
Do you really want to go there?
You said it's a place that makes people happy. I don't know what happiness is. His expression falters for a moment, and in that fleeting second, I can't discern the emotions in his eyes. Caleb places his hand on the holographic screen and makes it disappear. My hand touches his juicy chest.
I'll take you to any place you want to visit.
Oh. Maybe it's just my imagination, but when our hands touch, in spite of the powered exoskeletons, I unexpectedly sense his warmth. I look up at him. Because you're my friend? He seems slightly taken aback, and then a gentle smile appears on his face.
Yeah. It's because I'm your friend.
I didn't understand what having a friend meant before, but over time I found my own definition of that word. Maybe I'll understand what happiness is when we arrive at the amusement park. This is where I feel like her understanding of friend is hot, muscly. Dude! So now she'll never make a friend with anyone else unless they're like this guy. Wow, how did you do that text? Caleb accesses the That's wrong spelling, guys. I'm sorry. Caleb accesses the aircraft's controls and we take to the skies once more. We're no longer running away, and we now have our destination. Boba Blue Travellini. Nay! Hey, you be careful now, because you know what's going to happen to your profile message, huh? It's going to be something on the lines of, okay, let Caleb fix it rather than let Silas break it. Let Caleb fix it. He's got tons of life energy. Give it to me. Boom. I can't stop looking at Caleb's chest in this one. Every time. Every time. He shoots, he scores. Everyone, your word of the day, if you have not noticed, is Klopmitglieder, okay? Remember that word. Klopmitglieder. Klopmitglieder. It's cute. It's a really cute word. It's my most favorite word that I've learned. It's German, and I think it means club member. Klopmitglieder. And it sounds like if you say it in a very child voice, in like an angry voice, like Klopmitglieder. It's cute. If I ever go to a club again, I will be shouting that with the roof of my like with the top of my voice. I will be screaming when I'm drunk, like I'm a Klopmitglieder. Awesome. Such an awesome word. Klopmitglieder. Okay. Experiment ID A01 EO3 objectives. Reconstruct the energy transmission network within A01 to enhance the test subject's I've read that differently. Absorption and release capabilities. Number 2, reinforce A01's powered exoskeleton and insert environmental adaptation modules to improve the subject's adaptability and stability in various environments. Open Research Bureau report number 8675. Caleb often woke up in the middle of the night when he was still in the laboratory, and there would be a severe ache in his chest. At first he thought he was sick, but he soon realized the pain had nothing to do with his physical health. It felt like someone deeply connected to him was suffering, and he felt her pain through an invisible bond. Caleb knew she endured the wounds, the mental erosion, the torturous modifications. She had to bear this inhuman pain because of the destructive energy she was born with. He wished he bore all that pain in her stead, and this thought became a thorn in his heart that grew only inward.
Approaching designated coordinates. Entering landing mode. Please ensure your safety.
The aircraft has reached its destination, but the dreamy amusement park is nowhere to be seen. The remnants of a hover train lie scattered on the ground as if to prove this wasn't just our imagination. So this is in the future. The amusement park did exist at one point, but now its only rotting remains stand before us. Lost in thought, I stare at the wreckage.
This planet is big. There must be other amusement parks still present.
That won't be necessary. I turn around and calmly look at Caleb. It's okay not to know what happiness feels like. I've matured just fine. I start walking towards the aircraft, but he grabs my wrist.
Let me show you a magic trick.
Huh? He releases my wrist and deftly unfolds and refolds the white paper he got from the boy. And before long, he places a delicate white paper crane in my hand.
Let's see how far it can fly.
White paper crane? The cranes can fly? You mean plane? Although I'm confused, I play along. If he says pipsqueak, we are ending the chapter. The small paper crane glides from my fingertips. It flies into the distance, and my gaze follows it across the desolate ruins. It circles back towards me, and just as I reach out to catch it, it levitates before my very eyes. Wow. Did you use your Evo? As soon as the words leave my mouth, I realize I'm floating. Oh, he's so romantic. Look at this guy. I look down and see Caleb walking through the air. He's walking through the air without any underwear. It's Caleb. He's heading in my direction.
The hover train is gone, but there's always another way to reach the sky.
During the previous battle with our pursuers, aircraft, I hadn't paid attention to the sensation of floating. But now that I'm suspended in the air, I feel like I lost my balance. I know cranes can fly, guys, okay? I just didn't think paper cranes could fly. I just always see them like, you know, curled up and stuff. He steadies me and the familiar pull of gravity returns.
For my next trick, I'll turn this place into an amusement park just for us.
The paper crane levitates and leads the way. Caleb holds my hand and guides me through the night sky. From above, the amusement park no longer looks like a bunch of ruins. The Ferris wheel, the roller coaster, and the merry-go-round, they stand like frozen relics of a bygone era. The wind and clouds are woven to form a vessel beneath us, and I turn to look at him, and he's beside me. Caleb,
What is it?
This feeling I've never felt before. Is this happiness?
If you like this feeling, then yes, it's happiness.
I'm so immature, guys. After thinking for a moment, I gently pull him closer. He leans down, and I see my lips curve into a smile in his eyes. I like this feeling. So, I'm happy, right? Caleb stares at me as if bewitched. It's like he's seeing something completely new. Did I say something wrong?
Not at all. It's because
He gently touches the corner of my mouth with his index finger.
this is the first time I've seen you smile.
Not the first time the viewers have seen me smile, I'll tell you that. I also touched the corner of my mouth. It curved upward because I'm happy.
It's not just that. This also changed.
His fingers move from my cheek to the corner of my eye. Caleb, your eyes and mouth has also changed. I touch the corners of his eyes and lips. You get the poke, like... Get here, you. Let me poke you in the eye.
Yes. Now we can see our happiness
That's so
reflected in
cute.
each other's faces.
But I still don't know what makes you happy.
You.
Call the ambulance! Call the ambulance! And definitely for me! Holy moly, how'd you stay in character when he says it like that? Come on. Damn. Bro. Dude, you're so cute, bro. Like, dude.
Boom, bitches.
He softly says this single word. Say it one more time, please.
You.
You. Make me blush, boy. The evening breeze tussles his hair, and the distant stars are reflected in his gaze. Just as I've come to understand happiness, I also understand what it means to have someone who's always been there for me. Memories of Caleb flash through my mind, and walking in midair, paper crane, the wind blocked at the cave's entrance, the silver glow fruits, fires under the night sky. A familiar yet unsettling feeling sweeps over me, and my consciousness begins to blur. It's just like those moments before my memories were erased.
Pipsqueak?
I'm gonna let that slide, young man. I lower my head through his haze. The crystal embedded in my power exoskeleton gives off a faint, blood-red glow in the darkness. My mind spins into chaos embrace. Even breathing feels painful, and as I collapse into the arms of the person beside me, a sharp sound charges towards me. A golden beam pierces the darkness and grazes my powered exoskeleton.
It's a surveillance drone. Get behind me.
Countless pairs of golden eyes suddenly light up the night sky. They're like a pride of lions surrounding their prey. More golden beams are woven to create an intricate net, and they're trying to trap Caleb and me. I try to summon my floating blades to counterattack, but my fading consciousness prevents me from using my evo. Yeah! Behind me, a golden beam strikes as it pierces my chest. I lose my balance and fall. Caleb catches me. Focus, he uses evo to lift the passenger railroad car into the air. It serves as a makeshift shield. He carries me into the floating passenger railroad car while lasers relentlessly attack its exterior. I can hear a muffled explosion. My senses are about to disappear, and even the pain in my chest feels like a distant, phantasmal sensation.
Listen, I know your mind is in disarray.
I'm fine. You need to go. I try to push him away, but he pulls me back into his arms using an even greater force. He leans down to my ear, his calm voice is steadfast.
You must remember what I'm about to tell you. Don't go back to the aircraft. It's most likely being monitored. Return to Linkshire and take shelter in an abandoned house.
I can't leave you. Passenger railroad car buckles inward under ruthless gunfire, and the increasing number of strikes is a warning. Well, it won't hold on for much longer. Caleb presses his hand against the back of my head, and our foreheads touch. There is no fear in his eyes, only a burning light belonging to someone who's ready to face death.
You won't be taken back there, and you won't die. This is our last escape, I promise.
His other hand grasps mine, and the transfer ports in our palms connect. A flood of energy surges into me, and it's not like the cold, soothing kind I knew before. Caleb, it hurts. The energy burns like a raging wildfire. It consumes every fiber of my being as if it to hollow me out.
Don't be afraid. This won't take long.
Ah! Shrill ringing noise echoes in my mind as unfamiliar energy takes over my body. It drains whatever remains of my energy. I struggle to break free, but his arms hold me tightly.
Forgive me. This is the only way.
I suddenly realize he's exchanging his energy with mine. No, Caleb. You can't bear it.
But I'm willing to do it.
He pulls me closer, and our heated breaths mingle as our bodies seem to merge.
I will give you my fate, and your fate will become mine.
The energy courses through my very being to claim every part of me, and in a matter of seconds my body accepts this new presence as if welcoming back something it had once lost. A dull ache throbs in my heart as I desperately fight to stay conscious. Why? He responds with a small smile, and his warm lips brush against my eyelids.
Because I'm your friend. A close friend is willing to do this. To die for you.
In this close moment, I see his farewell in that smile, and it feels like our final goodbye. My lips move, but the words I want to say won't come out. Caleb. As my world slips into darkness, I see Caleb turn and walk out of the passenger railroad car. He levitates in the air as massive black swords materialize behind him. The floating blades forged from my energy now serve as his weapon. A massive swarm of drones surges towards him to attack the newly reborn combat android. Is that a deep space tunnel? He raises both hands, gravity is warped, and the black hole that manifests shreds the machines to pieces. Caleb turns his head to take one last look at the passenger railroad car, then he leaps into the sea of metal. Holy shit. That almost got me. He almost had me in the first half. Damn, it is the only first half. Damn. We've already gone through half of it. I think I got a little bit watery because despite everything those two characters have gone through, he still doesn't jump the respect of calling you something more, even though they're clearly, even MC's clearly more attached to him than just a friend, but he still has that courtesy to that politeness to be like, you're my friend and I'll die for you, and it's just sweet. That was really sweet. He's a man of suffering, and I respect that. He is I feel like Caleb is the It sounds really weird how I relate this, but he's like the embodiment of those and it's so fitting that he's like a aircraft soldier guy, because when I think of the military, when I think of his personality, I think of Steve Rogers, I think of, you know, yes, Steve Rogers, I think of Superman, and he embodies all those young people that went through World War One, those young men, the World War One, World War Twos, where they were forced to go through and they were just conscripted and they had to go and do all that stuff, and they're brave, you know. And again, it's as simple as that. They fought for their friends, their family, and it was beautiful. It wasn't like, I'm a gooner, MC's hot, I'm gonna die for you. It was literally like, you're my bro, you're my friend, I will die for you. And that's why I was just like, shit, that's kind of sweet. And it reminds me of like Zack Fair in Final Fantasy VII. Like, the dude, these types of characters, these protagonists are awesome. I freaking love these types of characters because they're willing to do anything, no matter what relation you have to them, no matter how close you are to them. They're willing to be there and to protect you at all times, and that's why it was just beautiful. That's got my heart going, guys. What's my heart? 93 beats per minute, really? That's quite high. That's quite high for me just sitting here, 93. It means I'm excited, I've got my adrenaline going. I'm enjoying this, Wow. Crazy. You're good, yeah? Shall we continue? If it is just another experiment, that is breaking my heart. Okay. I wake up in the wreckage of the hover train's passenger railroad car. All the surveillance drones have vanished into the night sky, and they took Caleb with them. The sky floats between night and day as another summer sunrise blooms. The amusement park has returned to being ruins, and once more, I am alone. The space around me feels like a laboratory, boundless yet still a prison. And Caleb's energy is warm and calm like lake water under the summer sun. It carries the essence of life and hope itself. He took on all the pain and darkness, so I'd only be left with this pure hope. If I were to ask him, he'd probably smile and give me that answer. It's because I'm your friend. My heart. Oh. The music! No! Don't you dare play that damn flute. Put that flute away! If there was a live orchestra, I'd freaking snap that flute. Get it out of here. My heart feels the pull of a familiar force, and I know Caleb is alive. He's just outside my reach. And instead of hiding in an abandoned house like he told me, I search the ruins of the amusement park without rest. The pull, my heart grows weaker. I don't know what's happening to Caleb, and what if the connection breaks before I find him? I force myself to move faster. Faster. Caleb, wherever you are, please hear me, sense me. Wait for me. I will find you. I will wake you up. Make you hear me say your name once more. Caleb? I lost count of how many days and nights I've traveled, and I don't know how far I've gone. The ruins of a city rise in the distance, and it looks like the outskirts of Ling Shir. Light fades from the weathered buildings as another night approaches. A feeling swells in my heart. Caleb is nearby. And climbing over the rubble of a building, I see the settling sun casting light on the lonely wreckage of an aircraft. My heart races as an invisible force pulls me. person I've been trying to find is close. I move to the other side of the abandoned aircraft. Caleb leans against it. His eyes are closed and the cockpit's cables are connected to his back. The aircraft's energy isn't enough to repair his system. The scene mirrors the moment he found me in the laboratory. It's as if our fates had been switched. Keeping my emotions in check, I approach him one step at a time. Caleb. Hey, buddy. You good? His breathing is steady. Hey. Hey, man. I think I can press this. Whoa. Like this?
Target acquired. A01. Activating elimination protocol.
Wait, Caleb. It's something controlling him? Whoa. Hey, let go of me.
Error detected. Execute A01. Execute. No. Command. Rejected.
Hey. Have you returned to me?
Are you hurt?
Are you hurt? Why am I undoing that? He's healing from the aircraft, right?
Seeking me out. That's dangerous.
You didn't want to be woken up?
If it's you. No matter what. Please wake me up.
Wow. I support Caleb as we quietly head back to Lingshire in case the drones are still patrolling the city outskirts. His system has sustained heavy damage and we need to quickly find a safe place for repairs. The black market merchant who sold us aircraft parts kindly let us use her old house for now, and Mari definitely needs to apologize. I expect the twit longer later. Although it's worn from age, the room is tidy. A vintage floor-to-ceiling window. Oh my gosh, Monty is moaning. Hey baby, 1 second. Monty. Mom. I can hear him moaning. He's like crying. What's up? What's up? Is it too emotional? Is Gogo being too emotional? Oh, you see him. What's up? What's up? What's up? You want to sit here for a bit? What's up? Oh, he was moaning. Oh, look, he's so agitated. Maybe he wants to go out. Who called it out earlier when it says he needs to go toilet? Maybe. All right. Let's see how he settles. If not, I have to let him out. Okay. Vintage floor-to-ceiling window takes up an entire wall, so this space is flooded with light. Yeah, it's usually the same time. Caleb, utterly exhausted, collapses onto the bed. I gently touch his eyelids and feel a trace of warmth beneath my fingertips. Suddenly, his eyelashes flutter.
Don't worry. I'm fully conscious.
He takes my hand and turns it over. The various cuts and scrapes I collected from those days of looking for him in the ruins are revealed. You want to go, don't you? Okay. Give me 2 secs. Oh. Alright, baby. Okay, toilet time. Okay. I got you. Oh, hello. Did I miss anything? Yes, it is a Shih Tzu. It's a Zushon, actually. Bit of a mix. Right, he takes my hand and turns it over. The various cuts and scrapes I collected from those days of looking for him in the ruins are revealed. I need to catch my breath. His grip loosens as if he's afraid to cause even the slightest discomfort.
Were you uncomfortable these past few days?
Without saying a word, I press my palm against his. He understands and tries to pull away.
My system is fine.
I pin his hand down to the mattress. I sit on the edge of the bed and look down at him.
Your hands.
My hands? My pain receptors have been modified. But if you're not like me... But you're not like me. Force his palm to align perfectly with mine. My powered exoskeleton shifts as our transfer ports connect. Energy flows into his body, and his wounds seemingly burn as they heal.
Let go of...
I use more of my strength to stop him from moving. His face slightly pales from the pain. Ah, we're healing him. That's so sweet. This is how you repaired me before. Okay. This is how you repaired me before. I'm just returning the favor.
Don't waste your energy on me.
Oh, that sounds painful. The energy transfer suddenly stops and I stare at my palm, shocked beyond disbelief. Caleb's system isn't fully repaired, but my energy is already drained. Unease creeps into my mind. Our energy levels are mismatched? You knew? He turns his head away to avoid my gaze.
I'll recover. I just need more time.
I grab his shoulders and make him face me, and our gazes meet. You lied to me.
Yes, I did. How are you going to punish me? I'll accept whatever it is you plan to do.
That line didn't need to be there. That was purely for you guys down there. This was purely for you guys down there. This sentence, that sentence. You guys down there. My fingers trail from his shoulders to his collarbone and move towards the center of his neck. Your punishment. Promise me that you'll never leave me again. Ever. Ever.
What if I break it?
My fingers stop just above the crystal on his throat. All it would take is one push to transform him into something else. I know your weakness. If you break it, I'll make you my prisoner. He hesitates before taking my hand. He sets up.
Where will you imprison me?
I will shackle you to a place known as my bed. And we will exchange energies all day and all night.
Are you talking about that planet at the edges of deep space?
Well, we'll be destroying planets at the end of it. And you told me the people there calling their quarters a home.
Yeah.
You said going home is a normal occurrence there. Hmm? It's like...
Yes. Normal.
Hey,
But
my
important.
head's not in the gutter. It's right embedded into Caleb's beautiful chest. Can we have a home if I take you there?
Why do you want to go to that place with me?
Because you're my friend. The lights from the window reaches his eyes and makes them shine like a nebula. Can I call you that?
Of course.
That's so cute. So cute. I move closer and wrap my arms around him. His presence surrounds me, and for a moment the cold metal of his powdered exoskeleton feels seemingly warm. Caleb.
I'm here.
I rest my head against his shoulder. Now I understand what it means to have a friend. He wraps his arms around me, and his embrace is ever so gentle, as if he's afraid his powered exoskeleton might hurt me.
What does a friend mean to you?
What does a friend mean to me? I don't know which one, guys. Which one do you guys think I should pick? Oh, jeez. I actually don't know. Because they're clearly not implying dude now. They're doing dude. You know, there's a difference between dude and dude. This is now the friend zone beyond the friend zone. It's the, you know, it's the one after. 2. The 1, 2. Is there a poll? Oh, sugar. I'm so bad at using this. No. I can see loads of 2s. She means 2. Okay, cool. Let's do 2. There's someone I can't live without. He slightly leans back and leaves just enough space between us. Hesitation flickers in his eyes. Is that not true?
You'll be older one day.
Does that not sit right with just me? Or I don't understand. Yo, Caleb, you okay, dude? Like, what? And you won't be my friend anymore when... What? What are they talking about? Am I just understanding this wrong? Now I understand what it means to have a friend. He wraps his arms around me. He's a gentleman. He's a gentleman. There's someone that I can't... What does a friend mean to you? There's someone I can't live without. And then instantly he's like, you'll be older then. And then Natalie is like, you won't be my friend anymore when that happens. I'm so confused. I don't know why they said that. That's such a weird thing to say. He's can we get the FBI? Have you seen that meme? FBI, open up! Boom, 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 boom. This is the moment. Get him! Now I know why they were hunting him the whole time. Now I know.
When you leave the lab, you can live your own life.
I caress his cheek, and I don't explain which cheek I'm caressing. Oh, okay, no I do. Yep, it's the face. Then let me be the only one in your life. Okay. Then let me be the only one in your life. Damn, that chest. He pauses before turning his head. His warm lips brush my fingertips, and his voice is as soft as a whisper.
That's not the answer I expected, but I like it.
That's kind of hot.
That's not the answer I expected, but I like it.
That is cold. I sit up straight and extend my right pinky finger to Caleb. Back then, you taught me about promises.
So you remember?
Don't leave me hanging, bro. All our memories are tied to the name Caleb. He's leaving me hanging. Get up! Ta! His eyes sparkle as he extends his pinky finger. The bro shake, let's go. Thank you. Let's leave Phylos and travel to a planet at the far edges of deep space.
Okay.
Our pinky fingers, both encased in armor, hooked together just like back then. And it was summer at the time. And now it's currently summer. And that is a reference to the endless summer memory. This season has finally become an inseparable part of my life. That was so beautiful. That's so beautiful. I didn't really understand the older part though. Did you guys understand that? No. Experiment A01X02 TM07. Objectives: install and activate quantum interference modules for A01 and X02 to ensure stable operation. Number 2. Set the following trigger conditions. Initiate quantum interference when X02 and A01's energy fluctuations maintain synchronization for an extended period of time. This is brutal. So I think what this means is the longer they stay together, it will trigger a bomb, basically. Yeah, this is going to be a bad ending, I think, from that understanding. Yeah, she's a child at mine. For those on the run, a destination is like a beacon, a spiritual anchor guiding every step of the way. And to reach our homeland at the edges of deep space, we still have much to prepare. Lingshire was once a bustling hub of aerospace innovation, and now it's nothing but ruins with abandoned equipment. We found a small spacecraft in an old warehouse on the outskirts. If it's modified and given enough fuel, it can fly again. We exchanged the aircraft we used to get here for the parts we needed for the black market merchant Helen. This reminds me of Zane. By the way, if they are, the longer they stay together, the more like they get like a bomb. I feel like it reminds me of Zane because he's the Farseer or whatever, and he, even in his launch trailer, he's like, when you and the world, what does he say? He goes, when you and the world wake up, I hope we do not meet again. You know? Because the law is saying that he's not allowed to go near MC. He's not allowed to have emotions. So, it's similar. It's similar. Caleb and I ventured into the city's desolate outskirts to hunt wanderers for their protocols, those who will serve as a source of energy for our spacecraft. And as the days passed, our dream of departure felt closer than ever before. Some long for depression. After working very hard, we finally filled our pouch with protocols. It's currently midnight. But instead of heading back with our loot, Caleb and I are captivated by the scenery before us. A nameless lake sits on the far reaches of Linkshire's outskirts. The humid night air clings to our skin, and the calm lake mirrors the brilliant moonlight in the sky.
I saw this before in the lab's system logs. Philosians missed the moonlight of their homeland, so they built an artificial satellite to mimic it.
We sit by the lake. I touch the water, and the cool ripples curl around my fingers. They soothe the heat coming off from me.
When we finally see the moonlight in our homeland, we'll remember this night.
It's so far away.
Yes. Anything could happen. We might not even make it.
I place my hand deeper into the water and watch the ripples spread out. It doesn't matter, so long as we're together. Caleb looks at me, and then he tilts his head towards the sky.
No matter what happens, we'll always have the memory of tonight to hold close to our hearts.
He raises his hand, and a tiny spinning black hole forms. The small ripples in the lake's surface gradually turn into waves, and they're drawn upward by an invisible force. The water hovers above the lake. It forms a massive transparent sphere that sparkles with reflected moonlight.
On that planet, they have something called a crystal ball. They're often given as gifts.
Are they also made out of water?
No. The ones there are smaller. Sometimes they have tiny items inside them to create scenes.
Back to work? This is work. Get back here. See you later. He stands and holds out his hand to me.
This one only belongs to us.
Having floated before, I've gotten used to the feeling of my feet leaving the ground. Caleb pulls me effortlessly into the sphere, and the transparent water around us shimmers with iridescence under the silver moonlight.
Hold on tight.
I will, buddy. He guides my hands to the rest behind his waist and wraps one arm around my shoulders. Our crystalline bubble begins to float even higher. Caleb, is this another one of your magic tricks?
A magician relies on illusions, but I want to make all your wishes come true.
Prismatic lights dance around us, refracting and reflecting endlessly. They make me feel like I'm inside a giant crystal ball. Yet his eyes shine as pure and bright as tonight's moonlight. All my wishes will come true?
Yes, all of them.
I hold him even tighter. The wish I have right now has already been fulfilled. The night is still, and all I can hear are our footsteps in the empty city.
Why are you staring at the ground? Are you exhausted?
I'm trying to not look at your chest, bro, that's why. Listen. Our footsteps. They sound like they're going home.
You already think of it as your home, huh?
I watch our footsteps fall in and out of sync. Yeah, these guys are like kids. It's so sweet. It's so innocent, the romance. I mean, us walking together. This is what feels like home. He slows his pace until we're walking side by side.
I'll remember the rhythm then. So from now on, we'll walk home like this, together.
I feel like he's playing another magic trick on me with his serious tone and how he says the word home. My heart is racing as if I'm engrossed in an enchanting performance.
Now you're the one who's slowing down. What's wrong?
He places his hand on my shoulders to steady me, then he leans down and looks at my face.
Tired?
His compassionate gaze is so close, not wanting him to notice my quickened heartbeat. I only nod.
We've been out for a while.
He suddenly stops, turns around, and crouches down in front of me.
Hop on. I'll carry you home.
Huh? I don't move, and instead opting to stare at him.
It'll be faster this way. Don't you want to go home soon?
That gaze. Yo, that gaze. I saw that gaze. Alright. Still feeling lightheaded, I climb onto his back. He lifts me with ease and walks forward.
If you're tired, close your eyes. You'll wake up at home.
I lean my head against his shoulder and let myself relax. Caleb.
What is it?
I like it when you say, home.
Then I'll say it every day. Let's go home.
I no longer care if he notices my racing heart, because I can feel his heart too as my chest is pressed against his back. Like mine, is beating just as quickly. Our hearts are perfectly in sync and the rhythm is exciting, comforting. Good night, Caleb.
Good night.
Content, I close my eyes and fail to notice the faint, blood-red glow from the crystal embedded in his powered exoskeleton. Oh, wow, what a cliffhanger. What a cliffhanger. What the hell? Something bad's gonna happen. Guys, it's happening. Something bad's gonna happen. I can... What's that smell? What's that smell? Oh, jeez, it smells like bad news. Oh, jeez. Experiment ID A01XO2NJ04. Open 17804. Objectives. Number 1. The interference control module via feedback signals will adjust the patterns of entangled particles to generate specific quantum states. Oh my gosh, I just realized in the previous chapter, the quantum energy thing triggered because their hearts were in sync. I just realized at the beginning of that chapter, it was saying in one of these reports, if their energy levels are the same and their whatever levels are the same, that it would trigger. Do you remember? It said the quantum energy interference thing will trigger. And so the MC was like, our hearts are in sync. They're beating at the same time. And then Caleb's suit lit up red. So it makes sense. Like, it triggered now. The interference control module via feedback signals will adjust the patterns of entangled particles to generate specific quantum states. These will target the neural networks of AO1 and XO2 to disrupt their consciousness. Monitor and document the destructive effects in quantum decoherence when the energy fluctuations of AO1 and XO2 converge. From Research Bureau Report number 8932. It's not the last chapter. Oh shit. Shortly after exchanging energy with the girl and waking up, Caleb had an ominous premonition. The color change in his powered exoskeleton's crystal and the brief haze clouding his mind made him remember the ruins of the amusement park. The girl underwent the same process, the crystal discoloration and the mental fog. Those symptoms have been transferred to him. And after their failed escape as children, the two had undergone many modifications. Maybe this was a failsafe, a mechanism the laboratory had implanted to prevent another attempt. But what was the trigger? Bingo. When he carried the girl back to the old house on his back that night, he finally realized the answer. The trigger was each other. More specifically, it was their feelings. The closer they became and the more they interacted, the faster their consciousnesses degraded. They were programmed to be the other's poison, and this naturally formed bond was destructive, a catalyst designed to make them forget and hurt each other. Despite this newfound knowledge, he savored the sweet poison. And all he wanted to do was stand by her side and board the spacecraft destined to reach the far edges of deep space before the mechanism overwhelmed him. I love the way it narrates his point of view. It's sick. The war between the government and the rebels had reached a precarious stalemate, and the central district has been reduced to rubble. The flames of conflict spread to every part of the planet, and Lingshire was no exception. Outside the window, an ominous red glow lit up the night, and was accompanied by faint, distant explosions.
It's me.
Oh, Talia. Helen rushes in with her grandson Kolo. Both are dishevelled from their journey, and her usually calm demeanor can't mask her fear.
The rebels are already at the city outskirts. It's sooner than I expected. We'll be boarding a large evacuation ship. You two should come with us. It's safer if we stick together.
If they find us, everyone on board will die. Caleb and I exchange a glance. We know that we are thinking the same thing.
Thank you, but our fuel is ready. We'll be leaving soon.
But your ship is a private spacecraft. It has never traveled that far. What if...
Do you really have to go? Where are you going?
Caleb pats the boy's head.
We're going to a place where the seasons change. We'll see life grow, a summer sunrise, and real moonlight.
Does this world have such a place?
He's basically saying he's gonna die. Caleb shows a slight smile as he glances at the boy, and then he turns to look at me.
If this world doesn't have it, then we'll find one that does.
Helen sighs and hands a metal box to Caleb.
Take this. It's the best warp drive I could get. And this is the communication key for our ship. Just in case. So long as you're within range, we can send a rescue shuttle.
After Helen nods, Kolo places a small communicator in my hand. Thank you.
You need to go to that world you're looking for.
Take care, children.
They still call them children, it's so sweet. We watch the massive spacecraft disappear into the sky, and the flames of strife enter the heart of the city. Scared and dilapidated, Lingshire marches towards its funeral. Outside the floor-to-ceiling window, buildings stand against the blinding flames. Thick smoke fills the air, yet the city remains strangely silent. We have to leave, immediately. Caleb goes to the warehouse to replace the spacecraft's engine. I stay behind to gather emergency supplies, and we'll meet up after I'm done. I don't like it when they split up. It just gives me bad vibes. I rush to the warehouse with everything I can carry, yet I see Caleb standing outside the spacecraft with his back to me. Don't you dare do a suicide play. Don't you dare! I have nutrient nuggets. Sorry, I lost character. I have I was getting so angry, I was like, don't you dare! I have nutrient nuggets, supplement concentrates, and...
X-02. Command confirmed.
Yeah? The crystal embedded in him emits a faint blood red glow, and I realize this has happened to me when we were in the ruins of the amusement park. Okay. Caleb? I take a step and grab his arm, but when he turns around, his face is expressionless. It befits something that could be called the ultimate, perfect weapon.
Carrying out orders. No, I'm not X-02. I'm Caleb.
His unfocused eyes slowly regain clarity. The red glow from his powered exoskeleton fades. His body sways, and I quickly steady him. Are your memories being erased? Is it because we exchanged energy?
Let's get out of here first. Once we're safe, I'll explain everything to you.
He's got such a good side profile face, I'm not gonna lie. Great side profile face. Outside the spacecraft's viewport, Lingxie, consumed by warfare, shrinks into a speck of light in the distance. And as the spacecraft ascends, the entire planet seemingly spirals into an inferno. I pilot the ship, but my heart races, as if it's feeling someone else's pain.
We have interference modules inside of us. When triggered, the one with the destructive energy will experience a degradation of their consciousness.
Yep.
Until they lose it completely. Then they must wait to be reactivated.
Huh? It's clear what those people feared. Weapons with a will of their own. Suppressing the bitterness in my chest, I force myself to stay calm. If we leave Philos, the module won't be activated. He lowers his gaze to avoid looking me in the eye. And that's when the truth hits me. I the trigger?
Whenever our energy synchronizes, it activates the interference module.
My body trembles, but a soft smile appears on his face.
It's not your fault. They knew I couldn't stop myself from wanting to synchronize with you.
The countless experiments that had dulled my anger and pain, yet they surge once more as they're reborn from my flesh. All of them deserve to die. But who are they? The researchers who modified us? The rulers who crave our power? The creators who gave us this energy? Or is it fate itself that's binding us in each other's shadows? Before me is this boundless universe, yet my hatred can only merge with its unfathomable darkness. This should have been my burden. If Caleb didn't exchange his energy with mine, he wouldn't need to suffer. I grasped Caleb's hand and tried to connect to the port in his palm. And suddenly something warm and that completely took me out. That... What? Every myth, I swear every myth has that one line that's like... it's just so strange. It's so strange. Oh, jeez. Okay, right. Flipping hell. I slowly turn over my hand, and dark red blood has mixed with a golden fluid in my palm. It flows down in my wrist.
I'm sorry.
Caleb's smile softens as he opens his wounded palm. His transfer port has been completely destroyed.
We won't be exchanging energy anymore. But at least, I got you onto this ship before I was taken away.
He destroyed it himself, right? He must have destroyed it himself. Yeah, he destroyed
Promised
it.
this would be our last escape. And I meant it. I promised this would be our last escape. And I meant it.
Oh, the way he says that last bit. His grin sends waves of fear through me, and I grab his arm. Caleb, don't you dare leave me. We promised to reach the far reaches of deep space together.
Warning. Internal energy fluctuations are intensifying. Hull integrity at risk. Immediate action required.
The floating blades. I can't control them for much longer.
Even if you lose consciousness, it doesn't matter. I'll always be the one to wake you up.
Warning. Spacecraft is under heavy bombardment. Shield integrity at 70%. A massive fleet is approaching. Contact will occur in approximately 25 seconds.
Oh my
Please
god.
execute tactical evasive maneuvers.
This is perfect.
Huh?
Your fate is now mine. This is the last thing I can do for you.
He releases my hand, stands up and leaves the cockpit. I try to follow him, but gravity pins me in place. The transparent door separates us. It's just like that barrier in the laboratory. But he won't be waiting for me on the other side this time. Caleb, no! Don't leave me! Caleb! Caleb stops in his tracks. He turns his head ever so slightly.
I'm sorry. I failed you as a friend. Our promise to reach the edges of deep space together. I broke it.
I can only see one of his eyes, and within it lies a gentle resolve that destroys my heart.
But the promise we had since we were born, I kept that one. Our bodies, minds, and spirits are from the same source. Even if it all fades away, my soul will always resonate with yours. Because
His lips continue to move, but no sound comes out. This is Caleb's final goodbye. No way. Oh, dude. Dude. Oh, shit. Come on, guys. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. Caleb has a secret he never told anyone about. He was born the moment he became aware of her existence in the laboratory. He didn't know if it was related to their shared origin, her being the center of his world, or the fact that she was herself. Yet in the end, none of it mattered. Every reason began and ended with her. This secret was a seed buried in his heart, and over the years it grew into winding vines that formed an invisible net. It bound him and made him want to bind her just as tightly. At the beginning and end of those vines was a single thorn, one that grew inward. Their shared connection meant his soul was always destined to recognize her. His soul resonated with hers again and again because he loved her. The deafening echo of that love had traversed the sealed laboratory, the war-torn planet, and the inevitable end. Now, it would finally be faded into silence.
Independent combat unit detected. Multiple enemy vessels have been eliminated. Warning. Combat unit's vital signs are fluctuating. Severe wounds are likely. Warning. Combat unit is in freefall. Immediate action required.
That's Caleb. I just realized they're talking about Caleb. That is Caleb. The independent combat unit is Caleb. Vital signs are fluctuating. Severe wounds are likely. Unit is in freefall. The AI system's voice reverberates throughout the spacecraft, and with gravity restored in the cockpit, I open the transparent door. Outside the viewport, debris from the destroyed ships flies through the void like meteors. And there he is. The one I can't bear to lose. He's falling towards a final goodbye. Caleb, what makes you think my life could mean anything without you? I don't want to live in a world without you. Not even for a moment. There's a third option that isn't one person escaping or getting dragged back to the lab. And maybe that's the ending I want. Touch the silver seed I always carry. Open the emergency hatch and leap into the void. Controlling my powered exoskeleton, I drift through space. And in the distance, ships explode in silence. Their remains streak across this emptiness. The receiver built into my ear picks up a sound. The piercing screech almost makes me think it's an auditory hallucination. Isn't this Caleb's receiver? My intuition makes me look down, and that figure in black is quickly falling. As I hear his faint breathing through the receiver, I push my powered exoskeleton's engine to its limit and fly towards him. Holy moly. Caleb! Caleb!
You. How?
Hey. Grab my hand.
You must turn back.
It's too late for that now. Are you okay? How are you? Oh. Okay. Let me try and help. Does that feel good? You good, buddy?
You should visit any place you want.
Hey. This is where I want to be.
This path will only lead to destruction.
The world being destroyed isn't as scary as being separated from you.
We're from the same source.
In that case, facing destruction together will be our destiny.
Then it's a promise. In life and in death, we will never be apart.
I feel like I woke up from a long, endless dream. And in that dream, countless nebulae were set aflame in the fathomless depths of space. They collapsed and a black hole formed at its center. There was an explosion, and new stars were born. Then I heard a faint voice telling me a story about another world. And in the chaos, it was the only thing I could understand. And that voice kept saying the same words. Go home. Let's go home, Natalie. Construire and Destructio are two forces that drive the evolution of civilization. These intertwined forces are interlocked in a perpetual cycle. Philos' empire rose from the advent of technology, which granted immortality. Yet beneath its glory were the seeds of destruction that had long since been sown. Immortality meant the end of progress, and their decay began the moment it was achieved. Immortality could not sustain an immortal civilization. And as destruction pushed this world towards its final moments, flames of hope were ignited elsewhere in the universe. It is a testament to the endless cycle of rebirth. From the fall of Philosian civilization, the final chapter. How do I feel? How do I feel? That wasn't cool. This music, man. Come on, man. This was the best myth that I've read, in my opinion. This is the best one. That was crazy. From the first episode to the last, it was just, and we could all see it coming. It's in the trailer, right? They spoil so much in the trailer. Like as soon as you put the pieces together, like at the beginning, it's like, it's so obvious, but it's a brilliant myth. Brilliant. It had Caleb. I feel like whoever writes Caleb and the interactions, they have my humor on point. I'm teasing. Do not say Pipsqueak once during this chapter, this whole myth. And he's like, "Hey, Pipsqueak." And I don't know, the vibe of the story, the pacing was just fantastic. I wasn't bored at all. I didn't even have a break, guys. I didn't have a break. And I think there was a theory, right, that they're watching this from somewhere in the far deep space. Oh, this music. He's my favorite character. Caleb is my favorite character. He is such a baddie in a goody way. He is such a good boy. He is a golden retriever. He's a very, very well written character. You know, from the start where everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, he gave me sleeping pills," and now I'm like, "Give me more sleeping pills. Give me the whole bottle." You know, for them to be able to make a character develop is fantastic. They make you hate him. They make you confused. You're not sure if you like him, you hate him. And then they release this banger of a myth. You know? And the fact that MC, her love is so strong for him too. And it's really sweet. It's really quite sweet. Love it. I like the romance. If I were to name a character, I am officially a Caleb stan. He is my favorite, more than Silas. And I thought Beyond Cloudfall was good. Yeah, he's just cool. He's a guy I'd hang out with. He's a guy I'd romance. He's got a great chest. his voice acting has won me over. He was voice acting the young child. I know they raised his voice a bit, but he sold it really well. It's like when I play L&D, I'm looking for, and really I would, again, this is love advice, right? I would recommend finding someone that you not only are, you know, sexually attracted to and physically attracted to and all that jazz, right? Like Silas. But I would also recommend someone that you can sort of chill with, you know? That you can vibe with, that you can sit down, you can have a conversation and be like, hey, this is cool, you know? Let's talk about these cool stuff. And Caleb, he screams that. He does anything that the MC wants, and they'll do it together, you know? Silas, he won't do it together, or he will, but he'll probably buy the whole whatever you want to do. He'll probably buy it and give it to you in advance, and he's such a gentleman. But for me, the down-to-earthness, he's a true tank. Caleb's a true tank, you know? Like if this was an MMO, he's a tank. He will protect the party, and he will go down, and he won't go down without a fight, you know. Right, that was fantastic. Honestly, I kind of need to sit and cook for a little bit. What did you guys think? I know there was a lot of Caleb controversy when he came out. Have you guys moved over? I mean, I predicted, very shallow-minded, I predicted that all the Zane fans would move over to Caleb. And I quickly got snuffed out by the lads community, and I got taught a lesson there. But this was similar though, because Zane is, again, spoiler chat. I'm spoilering if you haven't done Zane's myth. Normal myth. But he's like the Farseer, and he works for a god. And he's like patrolling, like, I don't know, outside of time and space or whatever. But he's not allowed to have relationships, and and if he does, he gets like pain. He gets tortured. It felt like that, but Caleb doesn't get tortured. He explodes. The guy just exploded. Crazy. I tell you what, I don't know if you was here earlier, but when we were touching hands and something warm and sticky came out, I was like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? When we were doing that, we're like, Caleb, we need to swap energies. You know, give me back my energy. And it's just like warm and sticky. And I'm like, is blood actually sticky? Like that amount of blood with the gold fluid? Like, they could have described that a bit better, you know? I feel like it should have just been like warm, you know, metallic smell. Something like that. Because warm and sticky to me says, you know what I mean. You know, I ain't gonna go there, but, you know, Mari's got the spray. I don't know if you can see her. She's right next to me, but she's got the spray aimed at my left ear, and I'm a little bit nervous. So I'm just gonna keep it on the low down, you know. Yeah, it was really strange. It threw me out. It threw me out. Yeah, but that was really good. It did make me tear up quite a lot in so many moments. Even the first chapter, it made me tear up. I was like, whoa, this is crazy.